Welcome back to the Foul Trouble Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking U.S. men's Olympic basketball team, but mostly off topic. We're going to be going mostly off topic for the rest of the summer. We're going to be doing a starting five draft of summer activities and, of course, wrapping with hot streak shooting slump. Let's get into Foul Trouble.
James, thanks for joining me on this emergency podcast to discuss Gordon Hayward's retirement.
Gordon Hayward retired? I didn't even know that.
Hot off the presses this morning. I knew I'd be able to surprise you with that one. No, we're not going to talk about Gordon Hayward's retirement other than maybe right now. What's the first thing you think of when you think of Gordon Hayward?
NBA 2K.
Wow.
No. So when I was a wee lad, when I was at like hundreds of subscribers and not even 1,000 subscribers, when I had my NBA 2K series for my team, Gordon Hayward carried my team.
Damn.
For like 6 episodes, and I have a video just hyping up Gordon Hayward deep in the recesses of my YouTube channel. So I'll always thank Gordon Hayward for that.
I think he would much rather have that answer than my answer of just like broken leg.
Yeah, I mean, his career has been really, really sad the way it unfolded. It kind of felt like he was like teetering on the edge of entering like the Paul George discussion, and then it just all went away in an instant.
Yeah, and he was never able to bounce back. And plus especially those Boston Celtics teams are like some of the like most underachieving teams of like maybe our entire lifetime, especially now looking back of like, oh yeah, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were good enough down the road to lead their team to a championship, but with prime Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, and Al Horford, they just couldn't punch the ticket.
Yeah, I mean, those guys were a lot younger then. But let's talk Olympics. Enough Celtics. The only Celtics we're talking about today are Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Derek White. And Team USA has looked pretty awesome, a lot better than they did in their, trial games. They looked really good in the first 2 games. The minutes have been weird. Obviously, the whole Jason Tatum doesn't play in the first game. Joel Embiid doesn't play in the second game. We were talking about the group chat. Today's episode is going to be a lot less kind of hardcore analysis like Patrick and I did throughout the season. But I thought it was just pure comedy that Jason Tatum got benched. We get 48 hours of memes, and then he hits the side of the backboard on an open 3. It's just too funny.
And as like kind of embarrassing and like pathetic as like Jason Tatum's Olympic run has been thus far, in my opinion, the real loser of Team USA so far is Joel Embiid. I rewatched the first half of that Serbia Team USA game, and I mean, let alone the fact that I think Jokic was clearly the best player on the floor in that first half of that game, Joel Embiid looked awful. It reminded me of like how, especially early in DeAndre Ayton's career, the Suns would just like force feed him the ball to like pray that he would be engaged. Like Joel Embiid just seemed like lethargic and I don't know, uninterested, especially uninterested in the smoke that Nikola Jokic had ready for him. And just like a really, really bad look, in my opinion.
Yeah, what's kind of funny is another basketball podcast I listen to, Thinking Basketball, has been doing their top rookies. And it's kind of funny because I was watching clips of like old Luka, and it's weird with both Luka and Joel. When you watch them when they're rookies, they're like thinner, they're like spry. Even Luka's dunking a lot as a rookie. Joel Embiid is kind of like attacking the basket, not in a foul drawing way, much more in like I'm going to try to athletically get to the rim. He's much more of like an above the rim player as he's younger. And it's kind of interesting that like these, 2 superstar top 5 players in the league have like added so much strength and weight, which has helped their game, but it's also made them kind of like lethargic at times, like out there. Like I'm kind of curious, like if it would be better for their careers for both of those guys if they really try to cut weight, even at the expense of strength a little bit. But I don't know. That's a way bigger discussion for a different time. But
I would say yes, probably for Embiid.
Yeah, for Embiid for sure.
But it's just like such a tough infrastructure for Embiid to try to fit himself into, because all these other guys are like, even the bigger guys like LeBron and even a Tatum, they're all very perimeter oriented players. And Joel really like at his best is still operating for the most part within that 3-point line. And it's an even more condensed court in FIBA. So it just like completely throws off everything that Team USA is trying to do when they're trying to like make him work.
It's just like, I think I saw a stat yesterday that on the 31st field goals Team USA made, they had 29 assists, and Joel's just not going to fit well into a team that's just kind of slinging the ball around, because he himself is, one, not an accurate passer, which is just kind of crazy this deep into his career. And two, his vision is still a little it's just very subpar when he's posted up. He's not he doesn't have bad vision when he's able to face up and see the floor in front of him, but obviously he's a post-up center, so that's not a huge part of his game.
Does this make you worried at all about like the Paul George experiment that we're about to jump into in a couple months?
Not really, only because I think once we get back to NBA play, Embiid's going to be awesome again. And I guess the last time we did see Embiid in the NBA, he was pretty hurt. And it's something we're seeing with Jamal Murray for Canada too, where the last time we saw Jamal Murray, he didn't look quite right, and he still doesn't look quite right. So I'm wondering for both of these guys if it's like a carryover thing.
But yes, I agree with you. But that makes me say, like, why the hell did either of you guys decide to do the Olympics?
Yeah, that's a good question as well.
Because especially, I mean, like, who knows with Canada, but with Team USA, you're expecting this team to go all the way to the end of this tournament.
Well, you don't think there's any part of Joel Embiid that's like, so you're telling me I could sit in Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo play every minute and I still get to collect a gold medal? Why not?
I guess. Hey, I mean, it's always good to get another trophy in the case, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any yet. He's got to get one.
Yeah, he's got something.
Gotta get.
He's got an
something.
MVP.
Yeah. You know who else has secretly been a loser, though, for Team USA?
Who?
Stephen Curry has been kind of bad.
Yes.
Nobody's
talking
bad
about that. He was
like,
awful.
He's not getting separation. And the other thing, too, is when the three-point line is condensed to the point where, like, it's a mid-range shot for a guy like KD, like, all of a sudden, like, is he even the best three-point shooter on the team?
Yeah,
in a weird way?
It's got to be
now that
Bam
Kevin Durant gets to take... but think about like how just buttery smooth Kevin Durant's mid-range jumper is. He's taking effectively mid-range jumpers that are worth 3 points now.
Yeah, no, I saw that too. I mean, I think Serbia kind of laid out the like one really great way to get ahead early is just like constantly have Steph running through all these off-ball screens because he just got lost time and time again. And like, obviously, like the great thing that's like always the case with Team USA is the connectivity, especially on the defensive end, isn't always there. And yeah, I mean, it reminds me of like a Smash Bros character that has like a really, really awesome final smash, but there's like all the other attacks aren't really that effective. So
which Smash character is that?
Like maybe like the ice climbers, like they're kind of hard. I'm a little bit of a noob when it comes to that, but they've got the whole like ice mountain that pops up that's really hard to survive, but also they're just kind of like bumbling.
I usually play without the Smash Ball, so I don't actually know a lot of the final smashes.
Yeah, I grew up with the Wii, just like OG Wii. Smash Bros. When I was a child, so I played a lot in every single combination.
It's a good one.
I think the last thing, starting lineups, we got to talk a little bit about just like we kind of touched on it, but did you see what Kerr said the starting lineup for the Puerto Rico game would be?
No, I didn't know he disclosed it already.
Yeah, he announced it. Ben Golliver from The Athletic reported it. It's going to be Drew Holiday, Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, and LeBron James. So that same starting lineup from the first Olympic qualifier game.
I think they really need to if they're going to separate LeBron and Durant, I think they gotta have Embiid paired with Durant and pair the running bigs, Davis or Bam, with LeBron. LeBron just plays way better with these dive lob threat bigs, whereas I think Joel, because it's a little bit more plodding and slow, especially in his current state, he's just gonna play better off a guy like Durant than he will off a run and gunner like LeBron will, which is funny because in the NBA, LeBron teams are always at like the lowest pace ever.
Yeah,
but there's like a tempo to it, even though their pace of play in terms of, you know, field goal attempts per 100 is slow for the Lakers, but there's still a lot of tempo to it, especially in this Olympics. It doesn't really look like a Lakers game where they're doing a ton of pick and switch.
Yeah, I
it's a
mean,
different ball game.
You were kidding about it earlier, but like this team just looks better in general with AD or Bam on the floor, and I think they can really, especially with against a team like Puerto Rico, they can get by with just having one big on the floor at any given time. But I gotta say, it's pretty interesting. The three guys that have started every single game, you got Steph Curry, you got LeBron James. And you've got Devin Booker, the ultimate connector, the best two guard in the NBA, the best two guard in the world. Let's go.
I think it's I'm Steve Kerr. What is the hesitancy to just go Curry, Booker, LeBron, Durant, Davis? It just seems like that's the best 5-man unit in terms of connectivity.
Well, Grant Hill promised Joel Embiid that he would start.
Oh, well,
no, I mean, that is not reported at all. It doesn't make any sense. That's like you hit the nail on the head. It doesn't make any sense that I think Joel right now should be like a change of pace big, like the ultimate version of having like Boban on your bench. It's like, oh yeah, you just ran up and down, get ready to get clubbed by Joel Embiid for the next 10 minutes because all our guys are a little tired and we're slowing it down. Right?
Yeah, I guess it's just difficult because, of all of these guys on the team, like all of them, like, Curry, Ant, Tatum, a lot of them on their NBA teams are playing like wing crashing distributor roles. And the ones that aren't, like Davis, are already used to playing off LeBron. Whereas Embiid's role in his NBA team is like go score.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna put a bunch of shooters around you, and they might not be great shooters, but that's their role, and you're just gonna like shove the ball in the rim
into the hoop. Yeah. Okay, a few other tidbits from the Olympics. Giannis has just been freaking amazing, but Greece is horrible. Bulls fans, I think you got a little bit too excited about. Giddey looks pretty good on Australia. In his kind of lead ball handler role, which I think it's going to be hard for him to get that with Kobe White, around all the time. But I think Bulls fans are going to be pleasantly surprised by that trade, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's still, at least from what had been reported about Alex Caruso, like not the best asset play, I don't think. But it's definitely something to build around and something to be excited about.
There's upside. I think there's definitely a lot of upside with Giddey. I just think, all the off-court stuff and just a disastrous year in general has kind of like completely tarnished a guy who looked like he had like potential sub-all-star level of play in him.
Maybe 1-2 all-stars.
Yeah, and then who else has been really impressive? I mean,
did you see the France-Japan game at the end? Did you see the end of that game?
I saw the block.
So, Japan is up by 4 with like 15 seconds to go. France takes the ball down and hits a 3, and he gets fouled on the 3. It's a 4-point play, and they end up tying the game up with like 9 seconds, and it goes to overtime. But oh my God, I have never seen such a home-cooked 4-point play in the last 20 seconds of a basketball game in my life. Like, these Olympic refs let them play through anything, and he barely touches this guy, and he sends it to overtime, which, like, I'm fine with, I guess, because I want to see France in this next round, but it was some insane home cooking.
France-Japan, a rivalry that goes back to the 40s, but...
Damn. But yeah, Germany's locked in for the knockout round. France is locked in. Canada's locked in. The US is locked in. And then basically there's like 4 teams in the hunt, and 3 of them are going to make it between Australia, Spain, Serbia, and South Sudan.
Yeah, I got to say, wrapping up my Olympic thoughts, South Sudan, I know we beat them by 20. They're kind of awesome.
Yeah, they're so athletic and like not like bull, like they're strong, That
they're strong,
I feel like
athletic.
There was like a sense that they would be non-functionally athletic, but
the point guard Jones is really good at getting to the rim. He's really crafty finishing around the rim. That Autumn, I already forgot.
Yeah,
his name.
yeah.
Odom. That guy is that guy's a bucket. No, South Sudan's a fun team. I actually think they have a chance to really run it up versus Puerto Rico.
Omot, I think.
Omot. Yeah,
dropping 24 on Team USA. Like, he needs to get that box score tattooed on him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to introduce our new summer segment. We're going to be drafting starting fives, all three of us, me, Patrick, and Max. We're going to be drafting our starting fives. And our first category is summer activities. So this will be a snake draft. At the end of it, we'll post it onto Instagram, all the platforms, and we're going to have a poll. We'll see who had the best starting five. How do we determine the draft order, boys?
Whose birthday is next? When's your birthday, Max? Oh.
Okay, so, and mine was like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah. So let's go Max, James, and then me. My birthday's in January. It's so far from now.
Okay, Max. All right, you got the first pick.
And then we'll just adjust every week all the way around.
Yeah, so I'll be first pick next week. Patrick, you'll be second pick next week.
With my first pick, I'm going to take the beach bonfire.
Oh, that was on my board for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one. That's a good
kind of a underrated pick, but if you know, you know.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've done that. All right, so this is a tough draft because obviously I got to get the things that I really like. Got to get things that are on my draft board, but I want to be smart. Maybe you guys don't pick the things that I might be thinking of. So, summer activities. I'm going to go with the peak of summer. I'm going to go drinking on the 4th of July.
That is an incredible pick, James. I think if there's, especially for Americans, if there's one day that stands head and shoulders above all else in the summer, it's the 4th of July.
I think it's also worth noting that, Canada Day, their version of 4th of July is like, what, July 1st?
I didn't even know. It's like, The Canadians really know how to do their holidays around the U.S. schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So I've got back-to-back picks here.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first pick, it was the first thing that I thought of, and it's pretty specific, but it's something that I really felt like was necessary to be in my starting lineup. I think it's something that you can only really do during summer, and it's a piece of heavy machinery, very high tech. Give me the high-speed water slide for my first pick.
Ooh, the high-speed water slide.
Yeah.
Is that just a water slide? What is the high-speed water slide?
I'm talking
like water
about
park level.
Like water park level water slide. I'm not talking about like just some backyard water slide that you're like has like asbestos on the bottom.
Is this like Hurricane Harbor? I'm a little confused.
Yeah, like Hurricane Harbor.
Okay, so,
I mean, shout out to all my Arizona people, Big Surf. You guys know what I'm talking about.
So if we're posting this on a graphic, what is it actually going to be? What is being written out? Is it saying like water park or is it saying high-speed water slide?
Water park makes sense.
Yeah, I'll do water park.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I want a slide that I gotta wait in a line for like at least 10 minutes to have access to. Okay, so I'll do water park. I'm feeling good about, and then with my second pick, I'm gonna pick something that I'm about to do. I'm about to do next week. I'm going with road trip. I'm about to go on a road trip down or up the coast of California. A little San Luis Obispo action, a little San Francisco action. I'm very excited. I've never been before.
You say
it's a hell of a drive.
San
Luis Obispo.
Obispo.
That's how you say it, right?
That town is getting massive.
A little Hearst Castle action. Yeah, we're going all over the place. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Water park road trip. Let's go.
All right. Okay, so you've got water park and road trip. I've got drinking on the 4th of July. All right, this is something I discovered 2 summers ago, and it's truly the best. I think Max, recently kind of did this. You can kind of relate, maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm going to say going to a lake.
Great
Going
pick.
to a lake.
Yeah.
Laking is arguably better than oceaning. I'm going to say it. Going to a lake is amazing. There's a reason why they're the Lakers, not the Oceaners. Despite the fact having proximity to an ocean. Laking is just a little bit better. The tree-lined waters, the shores, they're warmer. You can bring your floaties and not worry about it drifting into the deep ocean and, poisoning a whale.
Fishing is a lot more accessible and doable in a lake.
It's more natural. It's like the only time you can, natural body of water. I mean, laking is just...
Are either of you guys fishermen?
I would describe myself as a laker.
I know you would. A Laker.
No, I hate fishing. It's so boring.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I've never been a fish. I feel like that's going to be something that kind of dies with our generation. It's going to be smaller and smaller.
I've become aware of the Gen A lingo lately, and it's starting to hurt my brain. But I don't think those people would fish.
You're not in with Skibbity? They're not fishing in the Skibbity toilet?
There's no skibbity fishing.
We've embarrassed ourselves enough. Max, please make a selection.
So with my next pick in the summer activity draft, I'm going to take kind of an elite level pick. That's probably going to have both of you.
Did we miss this?
I'm gonna take roasting s'mores at a campfire.
See, I don't know if that's a good pick though, Max. I think that kind of is part of your first one, no?
Is it?
Bonfire? I feel like that's kind of a part of that, no?
Yeah, but you can roast s'mores, in the backyard.
I see what you're saying. A nice camping s'more.
It doesn't have to be a beach bonfire.
Yeah, I just feel like that's what you do at a beach bonfire, no?
Should I make a different pick?
It depends
that's your pick. That's your pick.
I think
brother.
sometimes beach bonfires are a little too big for s'mores.
Right.
You know what I love is roasting those little hot dogs. Those are great on a real stick, not like a supermarket stick, like just fresh off the tree.
Damn, you're really roughing it out there.
No, I like the nature stuff. The laking, it's all great. All right, what is your third pick then?
Oh, do I get 2 this time? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna take. Let me see here. The outdoor movie screening. There's a lot of great outdoor movie screenings in LA, and I think of that as like a summer activity.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna take that as my third pick. Could be a backyard screening. Could be like out, in a park. Whatever you want. All the above.
All right, so this is where the draft falls off a little bit for me. I feel like we've gotten a lot of the super marquee ones. I don't know if you guys have anything super high on your board still.
Niche things, but things I'm feeling good about. Could be a start, grow into a star player.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got drinking on the 4th of July. I've got going to a lake. If there's one thing that I feel like, is kind of missing from the list, it just seems like an obvious one. I got to take it before Patrick does. I got to go pool party.
Pool party. Incredible pick. Pick. I really got to put my hands together for you on that one. Actually, I do have one that I think we're all sleeping on, though. I got to say, pool parties are great. But you know what's kind of a pool party that never ends? And of course, I don't know if any of us are going to be able to do this ever again in our lives. But can I get summer camp? There's nothing better when you're a kid than having, whether it's a sleepaway summer camp or just a camp where you actually get to go home at the end of the day, but you get to keep going back. There's nothing better. It's like school without the subjects.
See, I thought about drafting summer camp myself, but I wasn't sure on the legal grounds to draft something that it can't really do as much anymore. I was a little questionable on it. Summer camp is If it's a legal pick, it's a great pick.
Yeah, my law team was looking into it, and they just said they said that a third round pick was worth the risk.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm jealous. That's a good pick.
I definitely miss going to summer camp. Wait, Patrick, you were at the summer camp me and Jesse went to? That one video we filmed?
That was before me.
No. There was a hide and seek video, no?
Oh yes, summer camp was insane.
Yes, we went to this crazy summer camp called Camp Keystone. Shout out if you've been in Southern California. Water slides, horse riding, archery, inflatables, everything. Great place.
Damn.
You know what I always think about, or first thing that pops in my mind about that day? That was the day Damian Lillard got traded.
Whoa. It was. You know what? Actually, though, my favorite summer camp as a kid, I went to a camp, and I actually taught there 2 summers in a row afterward as a summer job. Went to this camp called ID Tech Camp. I learned how to modify Half-Life.
Wow.
Yes, I made my own Half-Life mod, and you know what's crazy? To go full circle, that's what Skibidi Toilet's made out of. Half-Life Machinima. I could have been Skibidi Toilet.
Maybe you taught the person that made Skibidi Toilet. You don't know.
No, when I was a teacher, I taught Minecraft modding. I taught the kids how to make their own texture packs, taught them how to change the watercolor, I taught Minecraft modding. That was my thing.
Somebody's got to do it.
And if we ever do like a story time pod, I have a lot of stories from my my counseling days.
Your camp counseling days. Yeah, my summer job was I was a swim instructor. I taught mainly the smaller kids how to like get acclimated with the pool. As the swimming got more intense, my expertise faded away. But I
before your next pick, I have an NBA related story to my summer counseling that you guys will probably enjoy.
Please.
So when I was a counselor, I had like a group of like 8 kids that they weren't really the best at focusing, and because I was teaching a lot of, Gen Z kids, I know you Gen Zs are listening, a lot of you guys were not good at navigating the Windows operating system as children. They didn't know what folders were. So usually I would take a whole day to just teach people how to navigate the operating system, because a lot of video game making involves just rummaging through folders. And they were not paying attention, so I told them I'd make them laugh if they paid attention. So I'd show them James Harden flopping highlights as a reward for paying attention. And then the problem was, though, these kids began doing a joke where they would like lightly touch each other, and then the person who got touched would just propel themselves backward like 30 feet to emulate Harden, and they kept ratcheting it up until one kid just launched himself fully backward into a door handle and just cut himself.
Oh my God. There's always that one kid who ruins it for everybody else.
Yeah, that one. Then I had to ban flopping.
Yeah.
Damn, you had to ban flopping.
I wish the NBA would do the same.
It would like the kids would like they would like lightly poke each other, and then the person who got poked would just literally just jump backward and just hurl themselves onto the ground. It was a sight to see. It's like if everyone had superpowers.
That's so funny.
All right, what is your next pick?
Okay. I'm like torn between a couple things, but I'm zeroing in on kind of an event. Give me the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Mm-hmm. Joey Chestnut is a personal idol.
Banned.
Yeah, he's banned. He's banned because of a brand deal, which is bullshit. Has he done his 1v1 against Kobayashi yet? Did you guys see that?
I don't know if it's happened yet.
I'm very excited for that. I mean, that's one of the greatest rivalries in sports right there. Why don't we have professional eating in the Olympics?
Honestly. Did you see that Kobayashi quote where he said like he doesn't feel hunger anymore?
Damn.
He like just genuinely doesn't know what it feels like to be hungry.
No,
what's the LeBron equivalent to that quote? Like, I can't feel basketballs anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
Whose pick is it?
It's my pick, and I am struggling here because I think I can get this in the next round. But okay, here's the weird thing about summer, right? When you're a kid, you get summer off, right? When you're an adult, you don't get summer off, but for whatever reason, it does feel like people have more free time. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't understand it. I don't know why. It seems like everyone just magically does have more free time in the summer. I really don't. I've never understood that. It doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe you just hang out with a lot of teachers.
I might. My fraternity big was a teacher. Now he's a banker.
There you go.
Okay, I feel like I can get this next round, but I don't know what to pick.
Hey, if you like the prospect, take it. We're in the late rounds, man.
No, but I want a value pick. I want a value pick in the 5th round. I'm just gonna go with it. Fuck it. I'm hooping. I feel like people play more basketball in the summer.
Yeah,
Summer hoops.
That's pretty
Nice.
good. Yeah.
I love playing hoops in the summer. It's obvious. It's always too hot. You always question, why are we doing it in the summer? It's because people magically have time to do it for whatever reason. Going to playing basketball.
Well, also
On a basketball podcast, I feel like that's good value, but I feel like I could have got it next round.
I think that's a great pick either way. Max.
Okay, it's my turn. Kind of can't believe this hasn't been picked yet, but I'm going to take grilling.
Yeah.
Grilling.
Good pick.
Hell
Good
yeah.
pick. Good pick.
Hell
good
yeah.
pick.
I feel like summertime, we're grilling hot dogs, burgers, corn on the cob,
Heating up
Chicken
meat in the
wings.
summer, there's nothing better.
heating up meat. Yeah. Doesn't get much better than that. Obviously, that's overlapping with the 4th of July a little bit, but you can grill any day.
such a cohesive starting 5, Max. So I feel like all of yours, low-key, could be done at the exact, you could do them all at the same time. Whereas me and Patrick's are just this crazy verse set of things.
I mean,
Be a long
James,
day.
you could be hooping at a pool party at a lake house on the 4th of July. You could do it all
That's
at once.
true. That would require knowing a very rich friend, but to have a pool at a lake house. All right, Max, your final pick.
Oh, man, this is tough. Okay, question. Is going on a boat ride too similar to your pick of going to a lake?
No, I think that's very fair game.
Okay, then I'm taking boat.
Boating.
I'm taking all boats.
Boating is that was a
Yeah,
that
how
was an
did
elite
boating
pick. That was
last
an
that
elite
long?
pick.
Boating
That was an
was
elite
seen
pick.
smoking crack the day before the draft and slid all the way to the 5th round.
Well, I'm surprised. I think because of Max's 1-1, we all forgot about this. This is, I think, the slam dunk. I'm gonna going to the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, going to the beach. Yeah, I kind of just
Going in the
associated-
water, body surfing, surfing.
Everything but the bonfire. You can't have
Everything
the bonfire.
but the bonfire. Yeah, just going to the beach, skinboarding. I mean, I love beach activities. Those are all. I can't believe I got that in the 5th round.
Yeah, that's a hell of a value pick. Oh, God. There's a lot of great stuff still on the board, let me tell you guys. Can I walk you through a couple options that I have that I'm not picking, but just
Sure.
stuff that's on my board?
How about you make your pick, and then we'll go over things that we all missed.
Okay, my pick is something I think that our listeners will appreciate. It's something that you can only really do during the summer. And it's something that I have never played with you, James, but I have heard that you are a god at. And that's pool basketball.
Oh yes, that
Give me
is elite.
pool basketball. I love
pool basketball is.
Nothing makes you feel like Shaq more than when you're playing pool basketball.
Dunking on like a 4-foot rim.
Exactly. But
I
other
would
things,
say I am the Wilt Chamberlain of pool basketball.
that's what I keep hearing. Literally, but I did both Big Three streams with Jesse these last 2 weeks, and it came up both times that James is apparently incredible at pool basketball.
I'm very good at pool basketball. It's one of my specialties.
What's the trick?
You get the increased physicality.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
You can be a lot more physical, so that helps me because I'm a pretty strong fellow. I work out. I have nice touch from just all the times I've shot around on a mini hoop.
You do have more experience on a mini hoop than most.
I would shoot around for hours on the mini hoop.
So you're saying you could just like shove people to the ground or like shove people away because they don't actually fall down. That's what you mean by the increased physicality.
Well, the way we've always played is like you just can't hit them in the face, and you can't wrap with two arms.
Okay.
That's the rules we usually play with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
But on
What
my
didn't make the
board,
cut for you?
stuff that I really eating watermelon was a huge one. I freaking love watermelon, but I felt like it was maybe a little too specific. We're targeting eating watermelon for a two-way spot. Eating popsicles I also had.
Ooh.
Thought about summer job. Summer jobs can be fun, especially in when you're in like high school and stuff. Those were the main ones that I was thinking about on my board. Did you guys have any? What were your last to miss the cut?
I had a water balloon / water gun fight. Just as like a nostalgic pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have the slip and slide, Patrick. You know, water park kind of kills slip and slide. It's just better, but obviously it's a little less accessible.
Yeah. I'd slip and slide on the board.
I mean, sure. I have summer vacation, but I feel like it's almost kind of vague and not really identifiable with summer. Like, did you guys have like an annual family vacation? Like, my family would always go. We did the most Caucasian thing ever. We would go to Long Island every summer.
Yeah, we would. Most years, I would say we would go to San Diego, which is like the thing that every family in Arizona does is go to San Diego. My uncle lived there, so we'd go to his weird house in El Cajon with his giant rabbit.
I think that's more specific to you, Patrick.
Everybody
the
has
giant
that,
rabbit
right?
part.
Yeah, well, Patrick, it's funny you say that. There's a massive, like, 20-foot duck building on the way to the tip of Long Island that we would stop at every summer.
But it's all about the
my
giant
dad would buy
farm
merch
animals.
from the big duck every summer.
That's so funny. Max, what was did your family do like one specific thing every summer?
We would take a road trip. So, I'm from the Midwest. Sometimes we'd go, like we did one to St. Louis. We went to Kansas City. We kind of, Chicago. We hit up like a major Midwestern city for a little road trip. And it was always kind of awful. Everybody was fighting and, people cried. But I was always really chill. And
how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 sisters and 2 stepsisters. So at one point, there were 4 sisters and your boy in a Honda Odyssey driving hours on the highway, watching Napoleon Dynamite on the flip down TV in the ceiling.
You have like the opposite family of me.
Oh, really?
It's three boys, 1 girl.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I just have 1 brother. I have no cousins. I have like the smallest family ever.
Damn. You better spread your seed, man.
I'll try.
Okay, should we
right,
recap what we all ended up with?
Okay, so Max, you had...
Yeah, I had beach bonfire, s'mores, outdoor movie screening, grilling, and boating.
I had drinking on the 4th of July, going to lakes, pool party, hooping, and going to the beach.
And then I had water park, road trip, summer camp, Nathan's hot dog eating contest, and pool basketball.
Yep. So we're gonna put up a graphic of this. Let's put up a poll with it too. Let's see who wins. Let's see who had the best draft.
Yep.
And let's get to hot streak shooting slump. So, for those of you who are new to the pod, Hot Streak Shooting Slump, we're just going to say if our last 7 days between this and the last episode were a hot streak or a shooting slump, I guess this is a 2-week hot streak shooting slump. We didn't record last week, yeah.
You want to lead us off, James?
I'm on a streak, baby.
There we go.
Big streaking. For, long-time Foul Trouble listeners, you guys know I was trying to move out of my house, move back to the city. I'm finally in the city. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see I've got I've got Team Mac, I've got D-Wade, I've got Luca behind me. It's been great, moving to the city. The move was really fast. I finally got everything settled except for the clothes. My little shooting slump, two little shooting slumps. The closet's a lot smaller than what I had before, so I got to do a big clothing prune. And, so I'm on a streak because I moved. I love, it's crazy. My sleep has improved so much. I swear the best 3 nights of sleep I've had, 4 nights of sleep have been the 4 nights since I moved here. But weird. So I move into the apartment and yesterday I'm like, those little folding screen doors that are in front of washer dryers and most apartment units?
The tri-fold.
Yeah. So I have so I'm trying to pull it out. So the door to the washing machine and the dryer doesn't hit it. And it's really stiff, and I hear a cracking sound, but I'm not looking up. I'm just looking forward, so I don't notice anything. Later in the day, I realized I completely destroyed the screen door in front of my washer dryer. It's just ripped in half. There's nails sticking out of it. All the little slats are falling out of it.
This sounds like a story of someone discovering that they gain superpowers.
I don't know what I did. I'm like, there's no way I did this, right? So I'm going through the video I took of the unit before I moved into it. Nope, perfectly fine in the video. It's in pristine condition. So somehow while I was doing laundry, I just ripped apart the door. Just literally ripped it in half. I was like the kids at my summer camp who could launch each other with their little prods and pokes. But so I'm a little worried because I need to put in a maintenance request to get a light fixed, which is I guess the joy of being a renter. But, I don't know, man. Oh, also, I guess I'm on a hot streak because I moved, but big slump moment. I, installed my wall-mounted TVs by myself. I realized I installed it upside down, and then when I took it out, totally dropped it and destroyed my console table.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
So I need to get a new TV console, but that's not a big deal. But it's been fun, dude. I feel like I was able to reorganize my office and everything. I'm really excited to be back in the city.
New beginnings, baby. New beginnings. For me, I'm stuck. These last 2 weeks have been insanely busy. Because I'm for all good reasons. It's I'm moving into a new role, and I feel like our working people that listen will understand this. I'm moving into a new role at work, which I am very, very excited about, but we have not hired someone to do the job that I'm moving up from. So I'm still kind of we're doing interviews and I'm sitting in on that. But I still kind of got to do 2 jobs in the time of one right now. Yep. And I feel like I'm running around like a person with their hair on fire. So it's been it has been a very stressful last 2 weeks for me. So I guess I'll go shooting slump, but it's a very promising, about as promising as you can get shooting slump from my perspective. But there have been some definitely hot streak moments. Like I mentioned that we did that big 3 stream. I had a lot of fun with that. What else has been going on?
I know I wanted to hop on the second Big 3 stream, but I was moving that day.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's okay. You missed a Ball Hogs game, but our Bivouac wasn't playing. We did talk to Joe. We did see, or actually, we saw ISO Joe's team, but he did not play at all. He didn't see the court. We did. Ice Cube called in to the stream, so I technically talked to Ice Cube for 5 seconds, but it was very awkward because we were calling through FaceTime, but also through this other program that made it go onto the stream. and we could not, like, he couldn't hear us. We couldn't hear him. There was just like a lot of like staring at each other. It was pretty, looking back on it, it was hilarious.
Ice Cube has like the world's greatest, like, what are you talking about face? And I'm sure he just flashed that at you guys like 100 times.
It was solid, like a stone. He was looking at us with the, who the hell are you guys? What are you talking about face? But hey, great guy. No, that was a lot of fun, but mostly I'm just excited. I'm about to go on vacation for the next 10 days. I won't be here next week. You guys might be here without me, maybe with a special guest. We will see. Yeah, I'm settling on shooting Slump. Yeah. What about you, Max?
Well, I just got back from a little vacay. Went with my parents to go, like, we Airbnb'd this house in upstate New York. And did a lot of the summer activities that I mentioned before. So we had a pool, we had a grill, we had a, fire pit where we made s'mores, did a bunch of summery type stuff.
Damn, the scouting department was active.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. And there was one night where we went to like a fancy restaurant, and got I got this like amazing pork chop that really sparked joy in my soul, and some delicious cocktails. And yeah, it was a great little quick trip. So I'm like rejuvenated and full of the summer spirit.
What kind of a cocktail guy are
shooting
you?
Streak. It's a good question. I think I've been getting into whiskey cocktails lately. Like I really like an old fashioned or like a Manhattan like really any whiskey cocktail I'm down. But I also love tequila. So I got like a spicy margarita that was really delicious. With like the jalapeno infused tequila, and like it had like a blood orange puree in it and like tahini on the rim. Pretty delish.
Sounds
but
I'm so back in my Los Angeles era, man. Yesterday, 2 Aperol Spritz. That's my go-to these days.
There we go. That would have been a great summer pick. The Aperol Spritz.
The Aperol Spritz is such an elite pick. No, you know what? Actually, you know what I'm excited to do again? Because I used to do this once in a while. Go down to the Grove, get some nice food from the farmer's market, walk over to the little man-made pond and get a Spritz on the side of the pond.
Yep.
But I will say Grove Bar, whatever you're called, you're ridiculously overpriced.
There is a bar.
Yesterday, hold on. I got to talk about this. Yesterday on my receipt, I ordered 2. Okay, LA drinks are just so stupidly expensive. It's the one thing I really hate about the city. I get my receipt for 2 Aperol Spritz. It's $36. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. So I look at the receipt because I'm like, did they charge me for something else? On the receipt, it said 2 Spritz, 2 Aperol. They charged me separately for the Spritz and the Aperol. That's ridiculous.
Did you complain?
I guess I technically ordered champagne with Aperol because I guess Aperol Spritz isn't on their menu, but that's fucking ridiculous.
Shit. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. How do you have a bar that has Aperol in LA and you don't have an Aperol Spritz on your menu? They
and also, who the fuck puts champagne as Spritz? Technically, Spritz isn't even just champagne; it's also club soda.
Yeah,
they should have charged you separately for the club soda too.
Yeah, it should have been like 2 club, 2 Spritz, 2 roll. Like, what is that?
That is the
Tim, I'm on a hot streak, but I've had all shooting slump stories, but they've all been funny. So if it makes you laugh, it's not a slump.
What is this bar? I'm trying to find this. There is a bar right by the Grove. I'll figure it out later. But I actually saw what's that girl from freaking Stranger Things, Natalie Dreyer. I saw her there one time. But there's like a normal, it's like a very nice craft cocktail bar, but there's a speakeasy side to it, and it's the main bar, but everything's upside down. So it's like
that's
walking
cool.
distance. It's like right around the corner from the Grove. I used to live like right there. I'll find the name. I'll find the name for you guys. But yeah, I'm very excited. One part of we're going to San Francisco. I've never been to San Francisco before. San Francisco, like the cocktail scene, that was like where a lot of the like tiki drinks originated from. So I'm very excited to like go to some of those bars where those.
Yeah, isn't
those
there one that's
drinks
called like
came
the
from.
Tonga room or something?
Yeah,
Tonga?
I did not
something
know
like
that.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah,
weird?
I did not-
You would
That
think
is-
it's like
you'd think
Hawaii,
Hawaii,
or
yeah.
something, but no, it's just white people going off.
Yeah.
I have a hot take.
Oh.
Hit me.
I don't like tropical fruit flavors.
Ooh,
In general,
I think mainland fruits are just way better. Like
wow! I cannot. stand
coconut
by
is
you on
probably the
this.
worst fruit of all time. Pineapple's kind of only good as a supporting flavor. Mango's okay. Like I don't know, oranges, apples, grapes, cherries, they're all way better.
this is a terrible take.
Dude,
No, you guys are crazy.
No, this is an insane take. Pineapple is.
And I'm not
so
talking about
Mango-
all. I'm not
good.
talking about all those foods. Like yesterday, I had Jamaican jerk chicken. Amazing, so good, so good. But like, I don't know. Like, but pineapple's only good as a supporting flavor, like in al pastor tacos.
I will
or
eat
orange
pineapple, lone pineapple all day long.
But
Pineapple's
over
great.
mainland fruits.
Mango is like a top tier. It's a top 5 fruit in any conversation.
What's a
No.
pineapple? What's an apple giving me that a pineapple isn't? It's pineapple's like I would.
I don't know,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I feel like tropical
I'm
drinks
so
like,
out
hurt
on
my
this.
stomach too. I don't see the vision.
They're dessert. They're fun. And
Like,
they can also
I'm
be
gonna
like
take, like-
smoky. You get cinnamon in there.
I'm gonna take limes. I'm gonna take oranges. I'm gonna take lemons. I'm gonna take cherries. I'm gonna take grapes. Take blueberries, raspberries. Come on, all of those are way better than pineapple.
Way better. I mean,
We're losing listeners by the second with this
No,
take.
we're not. We're gaining listeners. People are tuning back in.
I have a hard time ranking fruits like this because I feel about fruits the same way that I feel about colors. When people ask me, like, what's your favorite color? I'm like, this is a stupid question because I like colors as the colors that they're supposed to be. I like that a blueberry is fucking blue or purple. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. It's beautiful in itself. I like that a stop sign's red. It catches my attention. It's supposed to be red. I don't like long for everything to be blue. I don't long for everything to be green. I like
This
that
sounds like a
everything
children's
is the
book.
color that it's supposed to be.
Is this
And
Patrick Seuss?
I feel the same way about fruit. It's like fruit is good if it's like made in a good way, if it's fresh, I don't know. Might be a hot take.
All I'm
That's just how I
saying
feel.
is like strawberries. You would probably take strawberries over any tropical fruit.
You might.
Yeah,
You wouldn't?
I don't know.
Dude, I
man.
love mango.
Yeah,
And I love
lo-
coconut too.
I love mango.
Coconut. I just can't do coconut.
Yeah,
That's the one thing I
coconut,
just
I
will
do
never
love
be able to
coconut.
do.
I do love coconut too. I assume you don't like coconut water. No. Yeah,
Love
one
it.
of my
No,
one of the most refreshing drinks that like you can like grab at like a 7-Eleven in my
100%.
opinion is like a coconut water, especially if it has a little pineapple juice in it. Ooh. Oh.
But like, all right, bro. But like, close your eyes. Like it's Halloween, and you just got an almond joy. Like you're pissed.
I like almond.
You're like,
Wrong.
you're like,
I
oh,
love
this could have been
almond joys.
this could have been a Reese's cup. This could have been literally anything.
We just
I got a
fundamentally
big
disagree
bucket.
on
I got a couple of Reese's cups. Look,
Y'all are
I'm
crazy.
a little mad if I got a Mounds, but the almond joy, there's a little almond on there. It's covered in chocolate. And then
Good
I like
stuff.
coconut. I do. I really like coconut. But
I guess
I like strawberries too. Strawberries are great. I'm not saying they're bad.
No, I mean, I feel like you guys are certified strawberry haters. Is what I'm getting at.
This is getting into NBA content territory. It's like,
Just get out of here with your weak ass blueberries.
Blueberries are top 5.
Blueberries are
No.
a bucket.
Nah, raspberries.
end the
Though, that's my
episode.
favorite berry.
Hey, I
God.
fuck with a raspberry, especially with some
raspberries.
Me too.
Oh.
the raspberry
I
chocolate
agree.
combo. I
Can
feel
we all
like
agree at
Remy.
least that raspberries are in the top 5 for sure?
Yes. I
Yeah,
agree.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll do. That is what
Fruit
we
draft.
should do next
We should
time
do the
I'm
fruit
here.
draft. We
We're
should do the
doing
fruit
fruit draft.
draft.
2 weeks
All right, so
from right here.
2
we're
weeks
doing
from
a
now,
fruit
we're doing the
draft.
fruit draft.
And then
right, we'll
we'll
see who
all
wins the
have our
fruit draft.
teams, and we'll let the audience decide what the best fruits are.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end this. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you in 2 weeks. I know we're virtual today. We're probably going to be virtual for quite a bit. We're still figuring out the whole situation, but we'll get it figured out soon, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.